Now joining me on the line is Sebastian Fundora, who this Saturday night takes on Tim Tszyu in the main event of Amazon Prime pay-per-view live in Las Vegas. Sebastian, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for taking a few minutes to talk to me today. We're 12 days notice to fight Tim Tszyu in the main event of a big pay-per-view card. When you got that call, what were your thoughts?
I was extremely excited. He's a big name, and then this is the main event on a pay-per-view card in Las Vegas. This is the boxing capital of the world, so it's a big deal, and it's for two belts, the WBC and the WBO. So of course I'm going to take this opportunity.
You feel you have a little bit of an advantage in the sense that you are training for a orthodox, offensive-minded fighter in Sergey Boachuk. He was trained for more or less a boxer puncher, 5'10" guy, whatever Keith Thurman's height is. And obviously the uniqueness, all the uniqueness that you bring in terms of the height, the way you fight, the nonstop action. You feel 12 days is enough for him to kind of pivot and take on what you have to bring on Saturday night?
I'm sure he's thinking the same thing as me. This is a legacy fight. This is a unification fight. So this is a big deal. There's an opportunity you can't turn down.
After everything that went on in the Mendoza fight, did you think a fight of this magnitude would appear on your doorstep this quickly? In fact, you were actually supposed to fight for the interim title with Boachuk to begin with, which is a big opportunity. Now you got, like you said, this big opportunity here on Saturday night.
I felt maybe after this fight we would have fought. I would have fought Tim Tszyu. It probably would have been that unification, but I'll take it sooner. I don't have no problem with that.
I've seen some reports, and I don't know, that they're already talking about Tim Tszyu and Terrence Crawford after that. Some reports may have come out this morning. I see you shaking your head. You may have seen that as well. You don't need an extra motivation for fighting for two belts, but does that kind of give you even at least this much more motivation, irk you a little bit?
It's definitely a fight I would want, So I think Terrence Crawford is the pound for pound right now, number one. So if I could beat him, that puts me in a pretty good spot.
But the fact that they're already kind of linking Tim Tszyu's name to that fight, and he hasn't gotten the ring yet with the Towering Inferno yet. Is, like I said, does that kind of maybe give you a little extra motivation?
Nah, you know what? What I've been seeing is that the winner of this fight gets Terrence Crawford fight, not that Tim Tszyu gets the Terrence Crawford fight. Nope, I haven't seen. We are the last minute replacement, but I haven't seen that. I mean, of course, you're gonna see negative feedback from both sides, but I've been seeing pretty positive feedback from my side. So it's whatever the fans want.
Over the past couple years, you've been featured a lot on major events. And have you ever come in as a last minute replacement or a replacement on a couple weeks? Is this something new to you?
This is something new to me. But big cards, I'm not shy to those. I'm very familiar with big cards and fighting in these places. This is nothing new. But being a replacement, yeah, I guess so. This is new. But again, I've been in big fights. This is just another thing. But now this is for a world title, so that was make the difference.
You actually had Brian Mendoza in your training camp. How was that? After the last fight, you guys then sparred.
Mendoza was actually with Tim Tszyu.
Oh, he was with Tszyu.
Not me.
You know what?
He was Tszyu. Yeah.
That was so. Do you think he said that? Actually, I did know that. Bad question on my part. Do you think he's given maybe some intel to Tim Tszyu about Sebastian Fundora?
Well, you can say whatever. It doesn't matter to me. We've been working very hard. With that fight, of course, I got caught. I feel like that punch was all my mistake. I leaned forward. I put my hand down. Those are obvious no-nos in boxing. So, to give him information on Fundora, you're not really going to get too much unless if I make that mistake again, which I definitely don't. I'm planning doing again. So.
How does it make you feel when and I've seen a lot of these reports as well, a lot of people saying that we'd rather see Sebastian Fundora against Tim Tszyu than we would have had Keith Thurman. That you're not only a replacement, but a lot of people think that this is a big upgrade as an opponent. How does it make you feel that fans out there now are a lot more interested in this fight, knowing that you're going to be the adversary for Tim Tszyu on Saturday night?
I'm grateful. I'm very grateful that they recognize me as a title contender like that, something a fighter of excitement, you know. And of course, I've heard it before that I am an all action fighter, but to get received like that, especially on last minute notice, it's I'm extremely grateful.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we let you go? We'll see you. Oh, actually, one last question. Brand new platform, Prime Video. A lot's been made about that. You're right there on the main event, the first pay-per-view card. What are your thoughts on that?
I think Amazon Prime Video is going to be real good for boxing. It's the future. You know, this is now streaming on the internet, on all this thing, the TV, all these things. So it's the future. I'm glad that I'm opening it.
Well, what do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you this Saturday Night Live on Prime Video? Pay-per-view, taking on Tim Tszyu, main event, WBC, WBO. As you said, 2 world title fights on the line.
March 30th, Fundora is going to be crowned the champion, right there with my sister. So there's going to be 2 champions at once, you know, in the Fundora clan, and hope you guys are ready to see it.
There you have it. Sebastian Fundora, thank you for a few minutes of your time. Looking forward to this fight. It's going to be, I think, it's going to be a war in there on Saturday night. I know you're looking forward to that, and the fans are. We thank you for a few minutes. We'll talk to you along the way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.